to my channel. My name is Karita if you're new. So today's video is going to be episode 1 of Carmen's autism story, and I would love for you to go ahead and subscribe down below if you have not already. Join my YouTube family. I would love for you to come back for the rest of this mini series that I will be doing, sharing my daughter's journey with autism. So subscribe down below if you have not already. To get started, you may be wondering who Carmen is. Carmen is my daughter and she is 7. She was diagnosed with autism at the age of 3, and she was diagnosed by a neurologist. We later found out that she had to get further testing because the pediatrician felt like the neurologist didn't give her enough testing, but overall her first test was done by a neurologist. In today's video, I'm going to be answering a few questions, just to kind of give a breakdown of what this journey is going to be like, how I plan to share my knowledge of autism and my journey with Carmen with you guys. So the first part is I want to let you guys know why I decided to start this little mini series on my channel. So I wanted to share Carmen's story with the world because I wanted to highlight our journey with autism, especially because she is a girl, and research and studies have shown that autism is 1, harder to diagnose in girls, and 2, oftentimes diagnosed later in girls than in boys. So that alone, I felt like I needed to share with the world that sometimes, you know, girls are looked over because they do tend to develop faster than boys in some cases. So Carmen was not diagnosed until she was 3, and if she was a boy, I've had doctors tell me that they may have, you know, tested her or they may have pushed for it earlier, but because she was a girl, or because she is a girl, she wasn't tested until 3.5. So the idea of Carmen's autism story came to me last November, so almost a year ago. I've just been sitting on this idea, and it came to me in Bible study, and I was talking with a group of women, and we were discussing God's design for us as parents and how we should parent our children and how we should, you know, try to raise our children to be, you know, wholesome, godly children. And we were talking about all the things that they can and can't do, and the things that we as parents look forward for them to be able to do. And so it was my turn to share, and I shared a few things that Carmen and my daughter Kelsey know how to do, and a few things that I want them to learn to do, as well as things that I wanted to do for myself. And when I finished sharing, I was sitting and I was reflecting and listening to the other women share. So I heard God say to me that, Karita, stop focusing so much on what Carmen can't do and focus on what she can do. And the voice pretty much said to me that although she's labeled autistic, she will not be limited in this life. She will not, you know, be labeled as less than. And that whole night, it just sat with me that, you know, yes, she is labeled, but she's not limited, and she will not be limited. And I have to push myself to think bigger and better for Carmen, and to not let this label box her in, and to not let anyone else box her in because she is autistic. I also wanted to share Carmen's story because most autistic children are not just autistic. Some are autistic with ADHD, ADD, some have Down syndrome, some, and it's just, the list goes on and on. So Carmen actually is autistic, and she has what is called echolalia. She tends to echo a lot when she talks. I'll get more into her speech and her language skills in another video, but for the most part, Carmen will repeat things if she doesn't understand it, and she will also babble or echo, in a sense, things that she's heard to comfort herself. So a lot of times when Carmen is in the car or she's in her room and she doesn't have anything to do, you know, an iPad, or she's not watching a movie, or she's not entertained, you will hear Carmen reciting word for word a TV show or a movie or a song that she's heard, and she tends to typically hone in on a specific part of an episode. So, you know, she has like Sophia the First episodes that she repeats. She has Paw Patrol episodes that she can repeat, and it's literally word for word with dramatics. So her voice will get high or low depending on how the episode went. And it's not very clear because, of course, she does have a few issues communicating, but overall she tends to echo things that she's heard to comfort herself. I wanted to do this mini series to just kind of break it all up. I didn't want to make just one long 30-40 minute video, and that kind of just dragged out, and that was overwhelming. So I wanted to break it down into little episodes, little short 10 to 15 minute videos just kind of discussing her diagnosis, how we dealt with it, how we got past it, how my husband and I kind of felt when we initially got the news, how we navigated telling our family, and how we navigated not necessarily dealing with Carmen, but how we started to adapt to her needs. I also wanted to discuss learning about Carmen, because I feel like it's so important to learn your child, especially a child like Carmen. You have to really learn what their triggers are, learn the things that they enjoy, the things that they don't like, the things that, you know, you can do better as a parent. So it took me about 2 years to really learn my daughter and learn, you know, what makes her cry, why she's crying, learn why she doesn't like certain things, because it's not just a one size fits all. It is a spectrum. That's why it's called the autism spectrum. And so I really wanted to touch on learning about your child and the things that I did to really try to learn Carmen, because she is a human. She has her own personality. Aside from the autism, you know, she is a child and she does have things that she likes and that she dislikes. And so I had to learn how to treat her but not spoil her, and how to help her learn things but also not limit her to, you know, just because she can't do it now doesn't mean I shouldn't expose her to those things. So that will be another episode where I talk about how I learned my child and how I kind of am still monitoring her and trying new things, and how I am pretty much learning myself and teaching myself how to be a good mom to a child like her. I also wanted to go ahead and push myself to film this series, because since the pandemic started, I've noticed a few things that Carmen is not doing that she was doing before all this started. She was seeing her therapist, her speech therapist, once a week, face to face for an hour session. And she's making great progress. But now I don't really see as much progress. It's kind of like plateaued. She was going up and up. And right now she's not getting that. So she's not really making as much progress. But it is what it is. I can't take her. They're not taking patients right now. So it's kind of made this time really hard, because I know that there are certain things that she needs and she doesn't do it with me, and I know that she does better in those type of one-on-one settings. So it's been kind of hard watching her struggle with like her sight words and watching her struggle learning to read and everything like that, because she was building on those skills with her speech therapist, and now that we're home, it's a lot harder to get her to focus, and she's just very sensitive. Anything that she gets wrong, she cries. So it's hard to like redirect her back and to make sure that she knows it's okay if you miss a word. And I know all the skills that her therapist does, but again, she just does everything so differently with me than she does with her therapist. So this time has been very hard. So I wanted to encourage those other parents like myself to just keep going and just keep loving on your child. And if they're not making the progress that they were making, it's completely okay. I tell myself this literally every single day, because every day I feel like Carmen is growing, but some days I don't feel like she's advancing in her development. Sometimes I feel like she's just stuck, especially with digital learning starting. I feel like there are some things that I really wish that she could do, and she can't do it right now. And I know as time goes on she'll pick it up, but it's just hard to sit and watch my child struggle, especially because she doesn't know how to advocate for herself, and she doesn't know how to say I need help. She typically will just sit and struggle before she's like, mommy, I don't know, or you know, she'll tell her teacher, I don't know. And it's just really hard to watch her. In her mind, I can see the gears moving, but her mouth isn't moving. So that's been really hard during this time, to just kind of stay focused and stay motivated, and to continue to love on her, but also push her to push herself. That is all I have for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please be sure to leave me a comment down below if you learned anything, or if you're intrigued, or if you have any questions. I would love to answer your question in the next video. I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. And if you haven't already, please be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss my future uploads. And also share this video. If you have social media, share it to Facebook or Instagram. It really helps my channel, and it helps to get the word out there. And I would really love for this series to reach a lot of people, so that a lot of people will be able to know that they're not alone in this journey, as well as make it a little community where we can all kind of share our stories and our journeys and our experiences as being autism moms, dads, grandparents, whoever you are. I really do appreciate you watching. So until next time, stay beautiful and unique, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.